I want to talk about color jar, but I have to know this. How did William Shatner get involved in Priceline?
Well, you know, I didn't have anything to do with that decision. But I want to say this about it. It was not my idea. It was someone else's in the team's idea. But I do want to say this because there is an important piece to that we've learned in branding. Branding is one of my favorite topics, right? Because you could have the, you know, the greatest. I mean, the work we do in the music business, we did pop tours. We were involved with tours, events, and concerts with people like NSYNC and Britney Spears and stuff like that. And I remember looking one day and thinking to myself, all over the world right now, there's some girl singing in her shower who is actually a way better singer than Britney Spears. Okay, so why is she the one on stage and that girl is not? Because apparently a great product in your shower isn't enough, right? The difference is a really good product with no branding never leaves the shower. An average product with great branding somehow goes on a world tour. Okay, so branding is so powerful because branding gives you a chance actually to upgrade your product and fix it because you got to get known in the world. So what we started to learn, we started studying the world's best brands. What's similar about them? How do they get there? What is it they've done? And I'll give you my take on it. I started to realize that the best brands are one that have a personality, right? Not just a message. So I did an experiment the other day. There were 5 people, and I read a quote, and I said, tell me what company you think said this. 4 people said Ben & Jerry's. I said, I didn't say ice cream or Ben & Jerry's. Why do you think that? And they said, because it sounds like something those guys would say. It was a Ben & Jerry's quote from management. And it never said ice cream, and it never said anything about the industry, yet people said that was probably Ben & Jerry's. That might have been those people at Zappos, right? That is having a personality to your brand that people know what you stand for, what your values are, just sort of how to interact with you, what to expect. So what we always did with all our companies, including that one, was say, what's the personality of the company? What do you emotionally engage with and feel and relate to and remember? So that personality was really designed. It wasn't that Shatner was the personality that became Priceline. It's that the marketing and branding team, sort of led by Jay, were people that said, what do we feel like? Well, we're this high-tech space age, a little bit cheesy humor, right? A personality was really well deliberately thought out. This is the look and feel of this company, so that later, it turns out Shatner delivers that personality, but the point is, in the Ben & Jerry's case, you don't really need someone else to deliver it. People know what you stand for. They know what you feel like. They know how you talk to them. That personality thing is really important. So the Shatner thing fit a personality that a marketing team at the time felt like was the right feel for the company. And that's when I started to notice that some of the world's best companies have a pretty defined... I just came from an event that I did at CES at Consumer Electronics. Richard Branson asked me to judge his Extreme Tech Challenge. There's a perfect example. There is a personality to a Virgin company. There is a lifestyle thing that you feel and an emotional engagement when you think of any of Richard's companies. And when you go, when we were done, he wanted everybody to come. He wanted us to go back with him to his private island. The private island in his lifestyle, the long flowing hair, the beach, the kiteboarding, everything about it is the feel of a Virgin product. They have a personality, and you know what you're engaging with. And you know what? If you don't like that personality, they're smart enough to say, we don't care because you're probably not our customer anyway. You can't, trying to be everything to everyone doesn't work. There are people that probably don't think William Shatner's funny or whatever. Maybe they don't engage with the customer, but everybody kind of knows the personality. As a matter of fact, when the ad agency killed him last year, if any of you saw that, the bus, right. The commercial where they said, okay, long enough, the bus goes off the cliff, bursts into flames, and he dies. The uproar across the world for people that said, no, we love him. He is the Priceline negotiator. They brought him back right away because people everywhere said 17 years of the same guy is, in fact, we're not actually bored with him. It still worked. So I thought that was an interesting...
I just thought I missed the Star Trek episode where Captain Kirk's dealing hotel rooms, but you know.
No, but it is funny because I did find some of the old outtakes for our commercials, and he is hilarious.